So what exactly is this method? I describe it as a first name plus niche method. That is, combining a first name with the business niche. Now don't worry, I'll prove to you how effective and appealing this is for businesses. Consider this. There are millions of small businesses in the U.S. alone. A large percentage of these businesses include a personal first name in the business name, such as mikeslandscaping.com. If you Google Mike's Landscaping, you'll find a whole lot of listings of different businesses that use that exact name. The same is true for hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of similar combinations in every field and industry. Did you see that? I just put a goldmine at your feet. Let's say, for the sake of example, that mikeslandscaping.com was available to register as a domain name. How many of the 100 or so of the businesses named Mike's Landscaping do you think would love to own that domain name? How many of them do you think would snap it up in an instant for, say, $100? If you owned a company called Mike's Landscaping, wouldn't you love to own that domain name? Of course. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves here, let's make something perfectly clear. This method is not about grabbing a domain name that applies to just one person or business and extorting money from them. And this is not about cyber squatting, which means registering a trademarked domain name that clearly belongs to someone else. This is about finding business domain names that can be valuable to many different businesses. That's an important distinction. There are hundreds of thousands of businesses out there, if not millions, that use their first name along with their niche, such as Mary's Beauty Salon, or Fred's Accounting, Steve's Roofing, Sandra's Cupcakes, Pat's Body Shop. We're going to quickly and easily find an almost endless supply of these first name business domains and easily flip them for quick cash. You may be wondering why one of these businesses hasn't registered the domains themselves. Well, quite simply, many small businesses don't think about the domain name until it's presented to them. Many use free website services, and many use other similar domains, but one of the biggest reasons is this. The domains we're targeting have just recently become available to register. Most small businesses are not in the habit of continuously checking to see if their perfect domain is available. They assume that it's still being used by someone else. So they may have checked in the past several times, but they don't usually check in again. When you approach these businesses with the perfect domain names for their business, more often than not, there will be one or two prospects that will really want to buy it. Remember, most of these businesses have settled for a much less effective domain name by adding words or by choosing the net version, for instance. When you alert them to the fact that they can own the most perfect of domain names, along with it being a .com version, you'll have their attention. They may be waiting for the shoe to drop, thinking that you're going to want $1,000 or more, but when you offer it to them for $100 or even $200, using your best judgment as to their cash flow, it's not hard to generate many of these sales. Okay, now you've got the concept. There are virtually millions of this type of domain names just waiting for you to register. The trick now is to figure out how to find the good name domains that are available and how to narrow down the seemingly endless number of combinations. After all, there are thousands of first names. There are thousands of different types of businesses, and there are many different types of domain combinations possible based on those elements. You could begin by making a list of first names and making a list of business types and manually making every combination you can think of, and that's exactly how many do it and make money. But even after all that work, you don't know which one of those are available as domain names, and many of them won't be. In my opinion, that's way too much work. Automation and speed are the keys to success with this method. At this point, you have enough understanding of this method to go out there and start finding good prospective buyers for domains you think up. But coming up next, I will show you how to make this method dead simple and very automated using a few resources, including the Domain Filter software.